It's your boy Richie Rich. Remember to subscribe right there. And we're talking about basketball. We're talking about the Dream Team. And I was watching the game and stuff like that. It started on in my head, and I was like, what would be an awesome event? Would be seeing some one-on-one basketball. Because I'm curious. You look at guys play, and you're like, who would win in a one-on-one game with certain guys? Like I'm watching Paul George, and I look at Paul George and kind of go and say, you know what, maybe you're the best shooting guard in the league. Took the Indiana Pacers to 7 games against the Raptors, and I'm looking at PG, and I remember how he broke his leg. That was devastating. But I remember before that when he played against LeBron James. LeBron James gave him that high five, and LeBron looked at him like, "You're an alpha dog. You're one of the elite, just like me." And he went toe to toe with the king. And when I see Paul George, I'm starting rubbing my head, going, could you beat Jimmy Butler in a game of one-on-one? Because when it comes to Jimmy Butler don't back down from nobody. Jimmy Butler is a beast. Plays the O, plays the D. And it just made me think, like, could Jimmy Butler beat Paul George in a game of one-on-one? Like, who would win that battle between those two players? Jimmy's just an awesome player out to right. And then it started making me think about some other players on that Team USA team. If they had to play against each other, like, who would win? You got that Splash brother on that team, Klay Thompson, who arguably is another guy that gets on the name of the list of the best shooting guard in the NBA. Amazing three-point shooter. Things that people don't see with Klay is he's the guy that was guarding Damian Lillard. He's the guy that's guarding Russell Westbrook, and he's doing an amazing job. He's an amazing talent, but could he beat my boy DeMar DeRozan in a one-on-one game? And people do not give DeMar DeRozan the credit that he respects. When you look at the Eastern Conference, the Eastern Conference had a better record overall than the West. And the second best team in the East was Toronto Raptors. And when you step into Toronto, you say, we need to stop DeMar DeRozan. You're talking about a guy who's second in the NBA behind James Harden in free throws. So the talent is there. DeMar been in the All-Star team the last 2 years, and I'm kind of thinking in my head, me seeing him on a regular basis, I kind of look at him like, I think you could take Klay Thompson on a one-on-one game. I would love to see it. And then another 2 guys, Carmelo Anthony. You saw what he did yesterday. The guy was buckets. He's one of the best scorers I've ever seen in the NBA. And I think Carmelo gets falsely accused as maybe not being a winner because he hasn't really won great in the NBA level. But we're talking about an NCAA champion, won for Syracuse. He's winning Olympic gold for Team USA multiple times. And if he had got drafted by the Pistons, he would have probably had a championship. But could Melo beat Kevin Durant in a one-on-one game? The same Kevin Durant that sometimes when I watch him play basketball, I'm looking around going, is there GPS in your basketball? Like, how do you keep on hitting those threes? He's a 7-footer with a great wingspan, and he's got amazing handles. MVP. Everybody's kind of hating on him a little bit right now. But if Kevin Durant and the things that he's done over his career, could Kevin Durant beat Carmelo Anthony? They're like 2 of the best scorers in the league. And if they were played against each other, I'm looking going, I don't know who would win. And then you got some guys that are really known for offense, like DeMarcus Cousins. Offensively, he's one of the best centers I've ever seen, period. Shooting threes, handles, post moves on post moves on post moves. But could he beat DeAndre Jordan in a one-on-one game? DeAndre Jordan is one of the best defensive centers in the NBA. Probably the best defensive center in the NBA. Amazing shot blocker. And if he played a one-on-one game with DeMarcus Cousins, could he beat him? I've seen defensive guys go against offensive guys, shut them down, get enough offense, and they win. And DeMarcus Cousins, how great offensively he is. I don't think he's real on defense. He got like 5 fouls right away, real quick, bang, 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 on Team USA. It's the reason why Sacramento really doesn't make the playoffs, and they drafted Willie Cauley-Stein next to him because he don't really play the defense like that. Could DeAndre Jordan beat DeMarcus Cousins in a one-on-one game? There's a woman United States basketball player saying that she can beat DeAndre Jordan in a basketball game. So did DeAndre Jordan have a chance? And then you got Kyle Lowry. And Kyle Lowry, for the last few years, has won the fan voting for starting point guard out of the East. Could he beat Kyrie Irving of Cleveland? Last couple of times I've seen Kyrie Irving play, he's dropping buckets on top of buckets on top of buckets. But that game-winning shot just happens to be in the exact same spot. And I know Kyle Lowry, he's a defensive pit bull, took more charges than anybody in the NBA. Could Kyle Lowry come and upset Kyrie Irving and beat him in a game of one-on-one? That's the type of stuff I would love to see. That's the type of stuff I would love to see in the NBA All-Star game. Give me a one-on-one treat. Let me see these guys go at it one-on-one. Because this Team USA stuff and this Dream Team stuff, I know Australia game a battle. That's nice. They ain't winning. USA is winning the gold medal. You know it. I know.